Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to this Thursday, August 8th. I know it's been a while since I've been here, been on my sabbatical for the last 3.5 weeks, but made it back yesterday and glad to be back in the office today. Be short days, next couple days, and then Monday we'll start being here pretty much going at it full time, hard, getting it done. But glad to be back and we're glad to bring you some news when it comes to what's happening in the marketplace. And we won't have Dave today. He is playing golf. Just have me, and I think Doug's going to be on the radio this morning. But we'll bring you up to date on what's happening in the marketplace. So a few earnings have reported, and we'll talk about that and more when we hit the radio here in just a few seconds.
7 Light FM, playing all your light favorites. There's Uncle Cracker and Smile. It's Doug Reese sitting there for Morning Dave here on your Thursday morning, 8:40 now, and that time of the morning where we check in with our good friend Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services and get an update on the market. Hopefully we've got something maybe to smile about today. Hey, Phillip, how are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing well, Doug, and it is good to be back in the office after taking about 3.5 week sabbatical, and had a other than trying to get back from Rome was a little bit stressful, about 48 hours or so with not much sleep, but got a good night's sleep last night. So, hey, it is well. Now, yesterday was not so well with the markets, and I know that since Friday they've been struggling a little bit with some good news and bad news and bad news and good news. So let's look at where we started out yesterday. Yesterday, we had green ink really across the whole thing. The Dow was down 0.6%. It closed at 38,763. The S&P 500 was down a little over 0.75%. It closed at $5,199 yesterday, and the Nasdaq down a little over 1%, $171 at 16,195. And if we really look and go a little bit further, the big loser yesterday was the Russell 2000, down almost 1.5% to $29. It was at $2,035. So a big red day, and even the VIX was down yesterday. So, like I said, I couldn't find anything green yesterday when we looked at things. So that was good. I mean, we've had some ups and downs though. It started out yesterday. I thought it was going to be a pretty good day because the green numbers at the open looked really good. However, it just could not hang on with a lot of the stuff going on. And I know Dave probably talked about this a little bit, but the whole issue Friday and Monday really stems from two things. And one of the biggest things was what they call a carry trade. And I know a lot of people probably don't understand what that is, but it's when you go out and you borrow money at a low interest rate, and you take that, foreign investors do that, and then they go invest that money to make a higher return. And so interest rates were really been low over in Japan. And so everybody, foreign investors, were borrowing money in Japan and investing it in our markets over here. And they had a little increase in interest rates over in Japan, and so that caused investors a little bit of a headache. So that was one of the things that really contributed to what we saw, especially on Monday. Friday, obviously, it was a jobs thing that occurred. We saw unemployment pick up to 4.3%, probably the highest number we've seen since COVID, and so. We continue to hope for and see what's going to happen in the marketplace as a whole. And we do have some earnings that have come out. Before we do that, let's talk about some more employment. The unemployment number came out this morning, or the initial jobless rate came out this morning. Came in at 233,000 first-time unemployment claims, which was better than expected. The expectation was 240 to 241,000, and it was a lot better than the previous week at the 250. And so that really pushed the futures up this morning. When that number hit, we saw a huge bounce in the futures going up significantly this morning on that news. So that was some good news there. We did have a couple things. A couple companies have reported. The drug maker Eli Lilly, they had a super quarter. I mean, they blew past all their expectations for revenue and earnings. And if that wasn't enough, Doug, they even increased their full year revenue number, not by just a little bit, by $3 billion. So they expect now $3 billion more than what they expected originally. So Eli Lilly really getting a nice bump this morning, up almost 13%, which is $99.81 this morning as we get started. So some big numbers there. Even Under Armour, which has struggled over the last few years, had a good quarter. They had a surprise profit of 1 cent a share, and so that was good. Revenue came in ahead of expectations as well. They're trading up almost 10% this morning. Now they're kind of on the other end of the spectrum from Eli Lilly. I mean, they're a $6, $7 stock, so. But still, a 10% jump still looks good for them. The other company, oh, this one's a big loss. Bumble, the dating app company, they just missed across the board. Revenue, earnings per share, significant miss on their side. They're down, probably a big loser today, Doug. They're down 40% this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, a big loss. I guess people aren't out there searching for love anymore. But hey, it is what it is when we get started. So the trying to see what else. Oh, the solar company, Solar Edge Technologies. They missed as well. They lost $1.79 a share. They were expected to lose $1.58 a share. Revenue was off as well. And so they are sliding this morning down 17.33%. So that's, and then we've got one solar company that's actually in bankruptcy now. So the solar industry is really struggling to get things turned around there. And then we had another popular name when it comes to speakers and musical systems, and that's Sonos, streaming service, you would call it. So they're down as well. They've had some issues, lower guidance for this 2024, and they're down like 13.33%. So a lot of things hitting the markets, and doesn't look like much good except for the first couple there. So on the other side, some news that hit this morning, or I may have hit earlier. I saw it this morning. Boeing has a new CEO that starts on Tuesday, and he's an outsider from Boeing. He didn't come through the Boeing ranks, and so that's kind of unusual for Boeing. He does come from the industry though, and so that's he's got a lot to do to turn Boeing around. Boeing has really struggled these last few years, and their production and their quality control seems to be continue to be an issue. So we'll see if he can get things turned around as we look at where we are to start the day. It looks good, Doug. We've got some green ink across the board. Of course, it was that way yesterday as well. Hopefully, we can hang on to the green ink today. We got the Dow Jones Industrial 30 right now is up 0.4%. That's $160. The S&P 500 is up almost 0.8% or $41, and the Nasdaq 100 up a little over 1% or $185. The VIX is down about 6.5%. Still up significantly from where it had been trending, but still heading in the right direction when it comes to volatility. On the other side of the coin, we got silver up about 1/3% to $27. Gold's up 0.6 to $2,448 an ounce, and then crude oil up about 0.3% to $75.44 a barrel. Now I know that that's up quite a bit. I mean, I know I was watching it earlier this week and the end of last week, and it had gotten down into the low 70s, and it'd be nice if it could return that way. If we look at some of the European markets, Europe is all pretty much in the green by anywhere from 0.2 to about 0.75% this morning. Asia, on the other hand, is kind of a mixed bag. You got the Hang Seng up just a little bit, the Shanghai flat, and the Nikkei is down 0.75% this morning. We've not really talked about crypto in a while, but it is bouncing up this morning, but the last week has got beaten up substantially. It's right now at $57,892 for Bitcoin. So, hey, folks, that's where we are now as we getting close to closing out this week. If we can have a good day today and tomorrow, maybe, just maybe, we can close out into positive territory for the week. Remember, your retirement is important, and these volatility times can cause you some stress, and that's why I developed the core retirement design. And give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement analysis. And catch us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730, 95.3 FM.
All right, Phillip, we'll keep our fingers crossed for today that we have a positive day, and we will talk again with you tomorrow morning.
All right, man. Sounds good, buddy. Good talking to you.
All right. Have a great day. That's Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services right here on Light FM. It's nice.
Hey, folks, it was good to be back with you today. Hope you'll join me tomorrow as we look at what happens to kind of tail off this week. Hope things finish up well. Take care. We'll talk to you again on Friday. Take care now.